Hello, friends. Once again, you are welcome to another exciting episode of Empowerment Talks, and my name is Confort Konfor. So, for those of you who are new on this platform, what we do here is we talk to people from various walks of lives, from various cultures, from various parts of the world. We listen to their stories, we know what they do, what they have done in life. We learn from it, we get inspired, we get blessed. And why not? This is a business platform, a business that is the greatest empowerment tool we have ever seen, called on passive. And the reason for which we say this is empowerment platform. And why not you listen to stories? You think that you are the only one. And before you realize it, you resonate with someone else's story and you get empowered and you move on with life. And today, as you can see, we are blessed with one of the most important personalities we have on our on passive community. And while I bring him and finally introduce him to you officially, I would like you to cheer him up. Since you are not here on the studio, why not just click on the subscription button? You click up thumbs up, you share with friends to come on so that they can listen and learn something new about this great business. So, Alan, you are very welcome to this platform and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you. Pleasure. Thank you very much for asking.
Thank you so much. So, what part of the world are you calling from exactly?
I'm calling from Cape Town, South Africa.
Cape Town. All right. Okay. So, how is the weather? How was the weather today out there?
Today was a beautiful day. We had a lot of rain over the weekend, and today was a nice day again, sunny.
All
We're
right.
going into winter here, and so it's a little bit chilly, but it still was a nice day today.
Tell us a bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, what have you done, and so on. Just tell us as much as you would like us to know about you.
Look, my name is Alan. I call myself Alan G. My name is actually Alan Goldberg. I'm 76 years old, believe it or not. I'm one of the few, I think, tech savvy of my age. So what I've been doing the last, 12, 13 years is I've been what I call driving Miss Daisy, where I've been taking senior citizens to do their shopping, taking them to appointments.
Wow.
I've been doing this now for going on for 14 years. Before that, I was on I worked on the flea markets for about 7 years.
Okay. Interesting things. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was in the family business for about 20 years, and I started off at the age of 18 as a sweet maker.
Oh, okay. Oh, very, very, very interesting to know. I'm more interested in the fact that you are 76, but you look like 46 to me. So I don't know, what is your secret? What do you do to I can't just, that's not how I look at you.
I say it's all to do with what your mindset.
Right.
I always tell people I'm going to live to 120.
Right.
So I've got a very positive mindset, and I've always had it. And as I say, I've been reading self-help books and positive mind and this type of thing for the last, must be 20 odd years.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So, eventually it rubs off and you start thinking more positively and you have a more positive attitude towards what's going on. I'm not one of those that worries about things that I cannot control. So we'll see what happens. As I say, you can't do anything about it. Why worry about it?
Right. Wow. I think this is a big lesson because some of us would beat our bodies, would do everything, but then nothing changes, like you're saying. I think this is a big lesson for me. Right. Yeah. So how do you find the job of let me call it job though, because it keeps you busy. The activity of helping senior citizens, driving them around, taking them out for coffee. How do you? Yeah.
It was actually a friend of my late wife's mother-in-law who started it off. She was 91 and she wanted to stop driving. So I drove for her for 6 years and she passed on. And this is a friend of hers that I've now been driving now for going on since 2013. So it's going on for 7 years now.
Wow.
And for 8 years. And so as I say, I'll do other jobs in between. But this one pays me a monthly salary. So I work for her basically every day. She wants me every day. I'm there every day.
Oh.
So at the moment, with the COVID, she's not very active. Before, she used to go out every morning to an appointment. She had everything Monday to Friday. She had something on. And it was
Wow.
the COVID the last year. It's just doing the shopping now and take it to the hairdresser once every couple of weeks, and to the doctor, the dentist.
Wow. Well, the way you feel so relaxed about it, I think it's fun. It just feels good listening to you, and then it feels like you really enjoy what you are doing, and which is really a blessing. I think.
Yeah, it is. It is. As I say, it gets me
Yeah,
out. It gives me a reason to get up in the morning.
yeah.
As I say, it's no look. I take things very easy when I can. As I say, I work hard in my life. My earlier life, I worked very hard.
Right.
And as I say, I
And
still, if I have to, I'll get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go take somebody to the airport or something, or fetch somebody to go to the hospital or something like that. I'll get up at 5:30 in the morning for them to be there by 6 o'clock in the morning. I still do that.
Okay, thank you so much for letting us know. So that said, let's gradually move into the reason for which we are here today. It's all about this great business, about a great never seen before company called On Passive, whom you happen to be one of the 650,000 founding members. So how did you find out about On Passive, and why did you embrace it, and you're moving along with the family, with the On Passive family and the team?
I was speaking to a friend of mine from on a different platform, and he introduced me to this. And he was talking about, so he sent me the link, and it was one of Jeffrey Morlock's videos that he sent me, and it resonated with me. And he had also just joined, and he hadn't had his link yet, and it took about 4 days for him to get his link before I could actually sign on. That was in July 2020.
Right.
And so then I put a thing out to a couple of friends of mine. A friend of mine joined also from a previous venture I was on in 2016. He joined it he was living in Canada at the time.
Mm.
And I put my sister, my kids in. I got a few friends in, and my team is building up slowly. So I've got a big team, but as I say, most of them I've sponsored or I've gifted.
I know. Yeah. I'm just being like inquisitive here. How many have you been trying to talk to people your age, your generation, and how much have you succeeded to get a few of them get to register?
I've got about two.
Okay, good.
Two, but I think they're more waiting to see when the money starts coming in. They're sitting on the fence at the moment. I think once it starts with soft launch and they can see some money coming in and we're earning money and some of the products, then we'll start getting some more people coming in.
Exactly.
Especially the older generation, they're frightened of losing the little bit of money that they have.
Yeah.
But they don't realize it's $350, which is what about in our money is about 5,000 rand in South Africa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which isn't that much to buy a multi-billion-dollar business.
Exactly. Right. I know.
To join a multi-billion-dollar business.
Right. Exactly.
But
Wow.
they're too skeptical. The older generation.
Yeah. Right.
They want to see money first before they actually. My sister's the same. She's 3 years older than what I am, and she says, "Let me see the money first."
Right. Well, I think it runs across every generation. There's no everybody, like I would say everybody, because most of the people we talk to, they're like, it's too good to be true. I don't believe, and think so. I think it's.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is. It is in every generation, but I think more so in the older generation where they've now on retirement and they haven't got that. They can barely survive on what they're earning from their pension funds.
Right.
Because the pension funds although the money is going up, the buying power is decreasing. Some of the money isn't going up, so they've been able to get the same money, but they're able to buy less and less and less.
Oh. Yeah, so you just said a few things that I would like that connect to the next question I was about to ask you. You said the moment you joined, you registered your children, your family, a few family members and friends and so on. And one of the last things you said was like 5,000 rand in your own currency is too little to buy a $1 billion or $1 million business. So, and this goes to what you will hear one of our leadership council members, Michael Williams, say, that On Passive is the last business that everyone will need. So what does that really mean?
People don't understand. They've got to understand that the business is fully automated. We are paying the company to do the marketing for us with artificial intelligence, and they're going out and looking for customers for us. We're bringing the customers into us, onto our websites. We each have our own website. The company is promoting each member or founder or each customer, and not on passive itself. So we are getting the money directly into our wallets. So they go out, they do the marketing for you, they bring in the customer, they do the follow up with the customer, they sign the customer up under you, and then they still pay you for doing that. Where do you find a business that does that for you? It's unheard of. Wow. That's what people don't understand. Once I understand that, and they realize that you don't have to know anything about marketing, you don't have to know anything about autoresponders and sales funnels and all this type of thing, they should wake up.
Right.
As I say, when I first joined it, I didn't quite understand it. It's only lately, because I used to listen to Michael Ellis.
Yeah.
And he used to say, you self-funding and all this type of thing, and the customers will love the products and whatever. I didn't quite get it for a while, for about 3-4 months. I didn't actually register. But when I did register, I realized how fantastic it is.
Wow. I think it's good that you're bringing this back, how long it took you to understand, so that we understand too when certain questions come up. And I think you would actually be the right person from your experience to respond to this question, because you have just said it like others, like we all know. It took me ages too to really understand that is exactly what they mean, right? But then some people, when they attend our webinars after a presentation, they don't get it when you end your presentation by saying that you should go back to whoever invited you and let them show you how to register. So with the multi-level marketing mindset, or what, I don't know, they still feel that there is a hidden agenda, because they're like, why should I go back to whoever invited me? So what would you explain to that kind of a person?
Well, the thing is that we are able to pre-build our business. We don't. If you bring in somebody underneath, if you sign on somebody, we don't get earning anything at the moment. There is no benefit to us financially at the moment. It's only once it starts open to the world and they start the marketing campaigns that we will earn our designated, or the figure that we put in our mind that we'd like to earn every month. You earn that, get there quicker than somebody who doesn't have anybody in the team. Mm-hmm. The beauty on passive is that you don't have to, there's no qualifications. You don't have to bring in anybody. The marketing campaigns will bring in people to your platform, to your website. And once it launches, we all get a website and a domain name. So mine will more likely be alangoldberg.com or alangoldbergenterprises.com or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it'll be sent to that. And from there, it goes into, you get your customers coming into your platform. Mm-hmm. Train of thought. I don't know what I was going to say. With the, now I've completely gone. I have to come back to that.
Artificial intelligence?
Yeah, the artificial intelligence works for you in that it brings in the customers to your, they use targeted traffic. This is what the whole secret of the exercise is, of the marketing campaign is. They're using targeted traffic. So people are looking for these products on the internet. And with the targeted traffic and the artificial intelligence, they are bringing customers that are looking for the products. The beauty of the on passive infrastructure as it is at the moment, that every day you get a new website. Your website looks different every day. You get a new sales funnel every day. So you actually starting everybody. If somebody has a look at your website today and they come back and look at it tomorrow, it'll be a different website.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Wow.
fantastic.
Oh, that's good to know. So, that said, so if I don't need to bring people, right? If I understood you well, or for someone who will be watching this afterwards, it means that your capability, because normally on passive is a company, like on passive we don't believe in making money, we believe in making wealth, because what we have here is actually wealth. We don't talk money here, we talk wealth, right?
Yeah.
So my ability to become a wealthy person on passive, you mean that it doesn't depend on me bringing people? Was that exactly what you meant?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is different to the MLM, where you've got to bring in 2 people or 3 people to qualify.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to have an auto ship every month for your products and pay every month.
Mm-hmm.
With on passive, you pay once on launch, and then every month after that, your subscription will be paid from your profits.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only out of pocket twice within on passive when you join as a founder, which at the
Okay.
moment is what, $97, which is in South African rand is about 14, almost I call it 1,500 rand. And once we launch in whenever we do, it'll be a once-off payment of plus minus $250,
Mm-hmm.
which is approximately 3,500 rand. So it's approximately
Mm-hmm.
5,000 rand that you need in total. For us in South Africa, in England, it's even cheaper than a lot cheaper than that.
Right. Yeah, it's a bit
Because what
cheaper.
$97 is about £80.
Exactly. Yeah, 97 is about 80 pounds, depending on the exchange rate at that time.
Yeah, yeah. As I
Yeah.
say, also in South
Yeah,
Africa.
but yeah, approximately 80, averagely, yeah. Right. It's good that you actually break it down, and if somebody, we have people watching us from all over the world, so this is going to be more convenient for someone from South Africa. They will not need to go converting, because you have made it all very simple for people to understand, and I really appreciate that. So yeah, one of the things, the fact that people are told, no, you have already answered to this, and one of the things people want to know is, can someone is asking, can I pay more money if I want to get more traffic and maybe make more money than I would normally get from my compensation? Is that a possibility, that someone can pay to get more traffic than the other and then get a bit more compensation than the other?
Yes, it is. Look, the package that you get in from on passive, we don't know exactly how many customers you're going to get in on a daily basis. But if you, let's say for argument's sake, each founder gets 100 people in their onto to the website every day, and if you get 1% return on people coming onto your platform, that's 1 per day. So for 30 days, you're getting 30 people in your team.
Mm-hmm.
So you multiply that by, and if you've got a team underneath you, okay, if you're on your own, you've got 30 people at the end of the month. I'm working on a very conservative figure. I was listening to Michael Williams the other day, and he was working on a figure of 10%. So that's 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
But he was taking, like, if you take, somebody was asking about that. They said if you have 100 people a month, a year,
Mm-hmm.
which is 10% of your six, let's say you cycle every 2 months, so 6 cycles a year, you'll have about 1,000 people, there's over 1,000 people in your team after a year. And you're discounting that by 90%, so you have 100 people. Year 2, you'll have 10,000 people.
Wow.
And if you go to year 3, because every year, okay, you take the same thing. So every person gets 100, you know, got 100 people getting 100 people. So that's 10,000,
Right.
100 times 100.
Wow.
They got 10,000 times 100.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 100,000.
Wow, that is when we start getting confused about the figures. There's one time I was wondering whether Ash and his team are going to create another calculator for us to be able to contain the figures. So
That's why I said let's get a big account, a 12-digit calculator.
right. Right. There's some that I always like to use an opportunity getting people here to simplify terms, because one of the things we have on passive is terminology, and at times get people a bit confused, given that we have people here from all backgrounds and and so on. So what exactly again did you mean? What is targeted traffic? If you could explain for it so that a layman would understand what is targeted traffic.
Okay, let's say for example, you're going on the internet and you look on Google and you say you wanted a TV.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have target, if you go, okay, let's say for example, you're marketing, you marketing your platform by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to Google and you say you pay whatever it is, and you say I want traffic to come to my site. Now I'm doing the on passive site, which is all the internet products, what we're doing, the marketing our products, which is what the mail, the email, the I'm trying to think, the Academy, a Bliss, a Tracker, I'm trying to think the others we got. Okay, there's a sales
Trim.
A trim, there's a sales
Yes.
funnel, there's an autoresponder, there's the a post, which is a bulk emailer.
Yeah, mail, yeah.
A post, a mail is your email.
Yeah. Okay.
Mailer.
All post is a bulk mailer.
Yes, a bulk mailer.
Yeah. Exactly. Now get it.
Okay, right. I'm advertising those products, but I haven't got targeted traffic. So I'll get people coming in and they'll be wanting shoes, they'll be wanting bags, they'll be wanting jewelry. But with targeted traffic, they say they were looking for a URL shortener, which is what we a trim.
Trim, yeah.
People looking for that, and then you got your targeted traffic going out, and they will find people looking for a trim. So they'll bring those people to you. They won't spend money on advertising that doesn't actually get what people you're looking for.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So today I was just listening again to this video where Ash is telling the story how he used to get stuff from the bakery to feed the homeless people and so on. And each time I listen to that and I get to what people come here and say what they're planning to do, I get so emotional when, because I always believe personally that the reason for which Ash is sharing his wealth with the whole world is the reason is just humanitarian, right? So what do you think? We're thinking about hopeless and the whole humanitarian agenda behind on passive and so on. How do you feel about that? So just share.
I think it's fantastic because we have more money than we can ever spend ourselves. Once we've got our fancy cars and our houses and being on holidays and whatever we have to do, provide for that, we still have more money than you'll know what to do with. So I've devised when I was in the network marketing business, we had a formula that was you put 70%, take 20% as a salary of your earnings. You reinvest 70% into your business. You take 10%, you add it to start something new, something different. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take, say, 20% as a salary. I'm going to put some of my earnings into crypto, which I believe is the way to go.
Right.
And I'm going to put about 30% into charity, and about 10%, or I'll say what's it, 60, it's 80, and about 20% I'm going to use to start other businesses.
Right.
So 30% will be going to disabled children. There are a couple of orphanages here there's a children's hospital here where they do fantastic work it's called the Red Cross Hospital in South Africa. They do work for Africa, people all over Africa, even come here for these operations. They've got a very big burn unit there where they help people with children get burnt and people get burnt.
Mm.
There's the things like the cerebral palsy. There's the there's the disabled people with children with who are mentally retarded and this type of thing, who are adults in it, but they've got a mentality of 6-year-old or something like that. Those are things that I'm going to be helping. With the sea rescue here, also they do a lot of good work. There are a lot of homeless people, and I think you're buying food stamps. So they actually have to go and can only buy food with it. They can't buy alcohol and drugs. So that way, we have what they call the night shelters here, where people go and sleep. There's a few of them, but not enough. There's a lot of need, especially in South Africa and in Africa itself. Once you start looking at what's available, then you get the animals. We've got the SPCA. We've got a couple of dog rescue dog centers. There's some to rescue cats. And so we know there's lots of, when you go to the animal kingdom, then there's a lot of stuff you can do. There's the elephants and the rhinos and people where they actually have these caged lions where they actually go and shoot them for people for hunting trophies. I mean, there's so much one can do with, if you've got
exactly
that they are out there.
I can see you've got a good plan of giving back, because there are times I always tell people, when I hear Ash say, whatever you get from Unpassive, give it back. In my own words, I'm like, I know he's not a pastor, so he's not expecting any tithes. I think that's just a plan of how you want to give back, which it sounds really encouraging. Yeah.
As I said, actually, I read quite an excellent article on the tithing. And it was, I think it was Dr. Modi who wrote it in one of the chats.
Dr. Bill Williams, I think, maybe.
I think it was something from Dr. Modi.
Ah, okay.
The rules of tithing. There's nothing in the Bible that says you've got to tithe.
Yeah.
It says that Jesus gave food to the church. He said people must give food, not money. And the pastor was saying that it was actually quite an interesting article about tithing. The tithing wasn't money. Tithing was to give for people to as charity to the church, to people to support the people who
right. It was just a tenth of whatever you are blessed with, right?
Yeah, not in the things that they say. You give 10% of what you're blessed with, but not in money. The money wasn't for the money is for the church to run its business, to run the. But in actual fact, the tithing was as a means of helping people, the poor people in the community. That was it was started off as. It has been corrupted into giving money to the church, or where people can use it to. The church actually uses to pay their bills and to run their admin and whatever else.
Wow. So there's this question I think I asked someone a couple of days ago. I would like to hear what you think about this. I'm just happy that you and I, we come from the same continent. There are few challenges that we have that we need to address here now. That's the reason for this platform, because there are times people get a bit overwhelmed. But when you hear testimonies from others, believe me, people do get empowered, because people just know, I did not think like this, So one of the things that I'm always tempted to say I'm really obsessed about, and obsession in this case is very positive from my end, about Academy, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel I just so love it. I think that is like almost on the same level with Obless for me, right? So I better have this worry that back home, what happens with the electricity outages, poor internet connections, and so on. So I'm still worried. What do you think? How do you think Unpassive is going to help so that our people, our children can benefit from Academy, for example? Yeah, no more traveling abroad, or no more staying at home because I don't have money to study and so on. We have everything here. But
yeah, just a matter of interest. I heard a couple of months ago that I think it was one of the African countries was putting up a satellite for Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I'm trying to think where it was. It was somewhere in North Africa. I'm trying to think.
North Africa. Okay.
It was more. I'm saying it was more north of the Sahara, the north,
Right.
upper half of Africa. And they said they were going to launch a satellite for Wi-Fi, for telecommunications, which will cover the whole of Africa basically. So you have a lot of, they improve the Wi-Fi, the connectivity problems we have in Africa. Academy for me is also a wonderful platform, especially for people who can't afford the schooling. I mean, okay, the thing is they've got to have a smartphone or a tablet or something like that to be able to use it. But what we can possibly do with that is once you get up and going and you say, okay, fine, we can put money in towards buying tablets, or you go into and you buy maybe 100, you get a better price than you would if you go and you buy one. You go to the wholesalers, you don't go to the stores. You go to, in South Africa, we've got a local company that manufactures laptops and tablets and this type of thing. So you go to them and say, look, we want to buy 100 or maybe 500 tablets for the kids, whatever, for school.
Right.
And you get a very good price. And then you can go out and say, okay, fine. Once we start using the academy, you go into an area where the kids are. We have like townships here or areas here where the kids are very poor, and it's a very poor area. And you go and you give out to the school. We go to the school and say, here's laptops or not laptops, tablets for the kids to use, and you trying to introduce the schools to use on academy. Actually, I wrote a letter to, I don't know if you watched on, it was a Saturday night, on the Julia
Milo show, yeah.
discussion between Marty, Igama, and Milo.
All right.
Now, Marty said he went in America, he went to the universities, the colleges. They approached him for using academy. But this is that he went there from the advanced point, but he said you've got to go from the kindergarten stage because they don't understand how it works.
Right.
Once understood that they could make money from using academy, I think they were sold. So I actually wrote a letter to Marty today to ask him to help me approach the universities in South Africa. Also, I've got a granddaughter in London who's using homeschooling, so I want him to. I actually spoke to my daughter-in-law there, and she wants, because they're using Zoom at the moment. They have the teacher, and they were all on like one screen. That's like live classes.
Okay.
But I think they'll be, once it starts going, they'll be able to pre-record the lesson and still be there to answer live, to answer the questions and to conduct the class, to interact with the children. So as I say, I also included that, so we'll see what happens. And also in South Africa, but I would say, who does want to approach at the colleges or the universities to introduce it to them, and possibly if they agree to having looked at it, I'll get Martin to come on and explain it to them because he knows what he's talking about. I don't know. So there's so much to it that I'm not that afraid with the education system, and as I say, with the product at the moment. Because on what we got on the platform at the moment is just a basic outline. Because my daughter said, unless they can actually do it, like they've got live classes and the teacher can record it. But as I say, with even if they can use that, and then they can get people from all over the world to do their classes, because on Academy, I think it was in 56 languages or something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
speaking English and wherever you are in the world, it translates in real time. So
right. Oh, it's been a great time having you here. I was really honored because I was just like, okay, I'm just going to be really crazy to say let him come. So when you said yes, you will come. Like, yes, and you're here. So I just thank you so much for your time and everything you are doing. Keep on keeping on. I think you've just spilled out every secret of yours. You're a very busy person. You're a happy person. You're a positive person. I think one thing I'll do is come after you and read even some of your books because I just want to be like you when I get to this age. Yeah. So yeah. So, so it was such a blessing learning from your life, learning from passive and so on. So if I don't know if do you have something you would like to say again before we end the show, please?
no, just as I say, if you sit on the fence, take a chance, have a little bit of faith. It will change your life completely. It will, you'll never look back. You will never have money problems again. As I say, for me, it's a blessing, and I see a bright future for myself. I've never had a pension, so now I'll be able to travel as I wish. One of the things I want to do is go to, as a friend of mine, or I've heard people say that they don't have they aren't booking into a old age home. I'd rather go on a cruise. On a cruise.
Wow.
Cruise their life, the last years on a cruise ship, spend the last years on a cruise ship because everything's taken care of, your food is taken care of, your accommodation, your laundry, everything's taken care of on a cruise ship.
Wow.
And you come into town and for a week or so, and you go back again. That is life to have.
Wow.
That's one of the things I want to do.
Exactly. I know. It's even me. I've been saying this to my kids because the first three of them, they were born in Germany. So I told them that for the first time I'm planning a trip that will travel by sea, from here to Germany. We'll not fly anymore, we'll not drive, we'll actually go by sea because we have the time and so people are just planning crazy stuff. It comes to unpassive. So
yeah, but people don't realize that you can now go on a holiday for 2 months if you want to.
Exactly.
You aren't restricted to 2 weeks a year.
Right. You go for 2 months and still be able to help people, even remotely, yes. Because you still do what you would, no guilty conscience here because.
No, as I say, so you go. Look, if you go from here, you go to, for argument's sake, Mauritius or Seychelles, which is the beautiful islands.
Yeah.
But the poverty there is also very bad. So you go there and you help some money there, and you help people there. You create a fund or something like that, or a foundation for them there, and you fund it. And so wherever you go, you help people along the way.
So impact. Wow. I think it's good to know, right? Because we're just excited of some of these things, but you don't think from that direction. Because now I'm just getting a clear picture, right? We have a team of us, and we're saying that the first one on passive launches because we do a lot of presentations and so on. So we say we're going to take time off work because we've been working a lot, talking to people, and we're planning to go to Seychelles, but we don't know what they need. But now you are saying we're going to keep an eye, right? We need to find out more. What can you do when you get there? Not just to enjoy the weather and so on, but what can you do to help them? I think that's important.
Yeah, sure. As I say, you go to Seychelles, we go to Mauritius, we go to some of the islands, Maldives, for argument's sake, also. Yeah, it's a beautiful place, but I'm sure there's a lot of people there who need a lot of help.
Right. It's good to know.
And as I say, Zanzibar also, I've always heard of it. I've never been there.
Yeah, me too.
Places I want to go to.
Wow.
Maldives is actually beautiful. As I say, I had a little brochure of the bungalows are on a lake or something like that.
Right.
Or on the sea, going out to sea, and you've got these long walkways with bungalows at the end. It looks absolutely amazing.
It does really look good. Oh, well. So I thank you so much once again, Alan. Thank you for your time, and keep on keeping on, and know that you're a great example, and definitely you actually left anyone who listens to you live empowered in one way or the other because you have left enough information. So thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Lovely speaking to you.
Oh, thanks. Me too. Thanks. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.